Hey guys, this is Dustin here with Gym Reinforcements, and for today's Gym Owner Spotlight, I'm highlighting a good friend and fellow gym owner, and that is my buddy Tommy. Tommy, thank you for jumping on here, sir, and sharing your experience with us. Ready to do this?
I'm ready.
All right, Dustin. Let's start with what is the name of your gym and where is it located?
It's Frederick Fit Body Boot Camp, and we're located in Frederick, Maryland.
Okay, awesome. And so you know that one of the reasons I wanted to jump on here with you is to talk about one main topic, and that was follow-up. You're now using gym reinforcements, but I like to go back to before. Who was in charge of the follow-up process before GR? And then, what was the main struggles when it came to that follow-up process?
I'm still a one-man show. I mean, I do have a little bit of help with some on-call part-time coaches, but I'm really the main person running everything. So when we first opened up, we did the whole 6-week challenge 2 weeks prior to us having shut down. But we did collect a lot of leads. We opened up pretty strong, but then lost a big percentage when we opened up because of the shutdown. And I had all these leads, but there was so much going on. It was really hard for me to follow it with hundreds of leads that I had. So I think I had a total in my lead list about 1,000, average of 1,000. And just with starting with the opening of the gym and, just trying to get systems in place, it was pretty difficult to follow up with every single lead. And I let a lot of leads just fall through the cracks. And once we got back up and running and things got a little better, I had to focus a lot on the current numbers and, continue to provide that value. And so it was time. It was a lot of time that I just didn't have to hit these leads. I did text, I did all the little basic follow-ups, but even so, like there were some leads that followed up back with me, and I was so busy that I kind of let them fall aside. So I probably lost hundreds, if not probably $1,000 of revenue because just me trying to do everything on my own.
So basically, you were just getting the people that were like following up with you. They would call you relentlessly. They would make sure to stop into the gym, and they would almost like force themselves on you. Those your main customers you were getting, like they were being relentless with you with follow up.
Right, exactly. And and it was a miracle that we survived, but because of, I mean, we were a brand new fitness studio, and people were trying to get back in shape, so that kind of helped. But yeah, my main focus was just trying to keep the business alive, and I just didn't have the means and the time to follow up before gym reinforcements.
Okay. And so we talked a couple times about it, and then you decided to go for it and give it a shot and say, all right, man, like I trust you. Let's see what this service can do. And so I kind of want to just have you just share like openly, like what has your experience been like? And then whatever, they took off your plate, the team that's servicing you, what has that allowed you to be freed up to do, So yeah, if you could just on that.
I was, as you know, Dustin, I was very hesitant because we just started. We didn't have the money. We didn't have any funds for marketing at all. So whatever leads that were coming in was strictly from social media and with the old list that I have, and just following up with whoever I could. And every time that opportunity came to the invitation to use gym reinforcements for that service, I kept pushing it back and pushing back. And finally I said, I got to take this risk because it just got to the point where I was letting too much money drain down. And when I first signed up with gym reinforcements, I think they made their money within the first 2 weeks. It was amazing. The team that was assigned to this facility and myself, they're amazing. I mean, they have a gift. They're they're definitely experienced, and I really didn't have to worry about whether or not they were doing their job. I mean, they were calling, texting, they were the monster follow-up. They were really following up with people, setting up workouts, free trials, paid trials. And I was just getting a flood of new people giving us a try. So right now, I think we have a total of maybe 50 active trial members that's getting ready to convert next month. It's slowed down a little bit, but things are picking back up. And I'm very happy with the service. Like it saved me the worry and the stress, the mental stress and the anxiety of oh my gosh, I'm letting money just slip away. and people are loving it, and I was getting compliments of the sales team that was conversing with them. I got some good feedback from the trial members about how nice they were. And, one lead said that you have some really great salespeople, and we actually got people that were very hesitant about coming, and because of the precautions that we took for our facility, the sales team kind of used the precautions that we took, and they were bringing people in that would never step foot in the gym. I mean, we have a 77-year-old member that didn't leave the house, and she felt comfortable enough to give us a try. And now she's a VIP member, and she's just rocking it. 77 years old, guys. Our youngest members are 14, and we got them through the sales team, and it's amazing. We definitely growing, and it's definitely been worth it.
Love it. All right, man. Thank you. I definitely take that, and I'll definitely make sure the team hears that, because it does fill us up. That's why we started Gym Reinforcements, is to create healthy bodies and healthy businesses. And you kind of just touched on both right then and there with that whole story. And I mean, man, that's inspiring, that if you can, we call it lead nurture, but if you can really nurture someone and make them feel comfortable, I can't think of a bigger achievement than an elder adult coming in, in a pandemic time period to a gym. Like, if that's not nurturing, I don't know what is. So I'm glad that they're making people, especially your leads, feel comfortable enough to come in and train with you and, explain that you guys are going to be taken care of and we have the highest cleaning precautions. That's great. All right. So like, what are you focusing now on? I mean, all those trial people, my brain goes to closing them on a membership and getting more VIP members. Is that what it is, or is there other things that you're able to do now?
Yeah. I'm instead of having to worry about setting people up for trials and spending time on following up, nurturing them during the trial period, I do a little bit of nurturing myself just to keep it a little personal with each lead. So we kind of tag team. I work with the sales team. I am very hands-on. I like to be hands-on, but it did save me a lot of time. All I have to really focus on is just one little text message here and there. And then I focus on closing them out into VIP memberships. So that definitely has saved me a lot of time. Now I focus spending a little bit more time with my kids. I don't have to worry as much about these follow-ups, because I know the sales team is doing it. And, we're working as a cohesive team, which is really awesome. I've gotten to know them. They know me now through our little meetings, weekly meetings that we had, and I couldn't be happier. It's been awesome.
I love it, man. Yeah. And I'm glad to hear that, because we definitely want to have strong communication, those weekly meetings, and then just daily chatting, so that we can stay on point about, hey, did this person end up coming in? This person's supposed to come into this session time. Did they make it? And that is the only way you can run a high-performing team. The high-performing teams always have a high frequency of communication and quality communication, so I love it. What would you, because you mentioned it earlier, you were on the fence, you were hesitant, and I get it. When you're just wanting to manage your expenses, you're trying to be a good steward of your money, and then you finally took the leap and you said it was well worth it. You made your investment back in less than 2 weeks. And that, by the way, like, we're just wanting to do that for you on your front end sales. We're not even counting the EFT, dollars that'll come in from all those trials. So what would you say to that person that is also hesitant, that is on the fence, they're sitting in your shoes that you once wore? What would you say to that person?
I know, with my experience with Gym Lead Reinforcements, I'd say to do it. Take that chance, because I did waste a lot of money marketing, and it was that fear factor that this would be another fall. And I really couldn't afford that other failure and losing more money, and then worry about having to pay my lease, because that's my biggest issue right now, is making my monthly expenses and having enough to pay for some of the on-call coaches. But again, they rocked it. And, for anyone that's hesitant, from my personal experience, I say give it a try. And I doubt you would regret your decision to try Gym Reinforcements.
Yeah. And I try to be upfront, because I would love to take the highest amount of money we're making for our top owner and do it for everybody. But the challenge is, all the markets are different. There's certain mindsets in some markets that are different than others. There's some owners that have less leads, or some that has more. Some have a good reputation, some have a bad reputation. Some make their sales process very complicated, and some make it very simple. So we have to do our best to navigate all that and not let those excuses stop us. But results do vary, and I'm very upfront with that with people on the front end, because I too have put money into marketing and sales services and have not been thrilled. And so because I am the same as the people that I serve, a gym owner, a fellow gym owner, I want to exceed everyone's expectations and make sure they're very happy. And if they're not, I want to obviously come together with some sort of solution that makes everybody happy. But that's pretty much what you're getting with me, is like, I am very service driven. Like, this is me being a coach wanting to serve clients at my gyms, now coming out wanting to serve gym owners, because I know what those stressors are like, to live from one month to the next, how you're going to make your bills, not knowing where your next dollar is going to come from. So that gives me pleasure too, is servicing gym owners and helping them give that relax. You're calm, you make better decisions, you've got more family time. Like, that's what a business is meant to do. It's meant to service you and make your life better. And if it's doing the opposite, it's robbing you of your life, something's got to change. I'm glad that you said that, man, because there's a lot of people that still sometimes have a hesitation, because it's something that you're letting go. You're letting go your follow-up and your sales process, but know that you're giving it to a trusted individual. It's going to really rock it as well as you did. And that way you can move on to the next thing. So awesome. All right. How many, I guess, do you have a goal in mind? Like, you want to hit a certain amount of members? Do you want to bring in, more coaches and build up your team? Like, let's just kind of wrap it up with that. Like, what's a big, strong goal that you want to achieve here in this year?
Definitely want to hire at least one good, solid coach that could either handle my mornings or evenings. And then definitely grow my membership to at least 250 to 300, which I believe I'll hit this year, only because I'm just finding to rock it. I mean, I average 103 hours a week, Justin, with my other weekend job. And it's just, it's got to happen. And this year is going to be that year, and I claimed it. I'm working towards it, and I'm not going to stop until I do. So once I hit that, things will be a lot better. By the end of this year, it'll be really good, and I'm claiming that. So
love it, man.
Yeah.
And I'll just say this: the most valuable thing a business can have is momentum, and you have it right now. That in business is the lightning in the bottle. Like, if you have momentum, you have to not let anything stop you from losing it, because people do get complacent. That's where they talk about people being the fat cat, the wolf that's no longer hungry at the top of the hill. And it's because they think momentum will last forever. And it's really hard, once momentum's lost, to regain it and rebuild it. It's not to say it can't be done. It's just difficult. So the easier answer is just to keep the momentum and to fight hard to keep it. You got it right now, dude. So I'm 100% a believer that you will hit that 250 to 300. Just fight to keep that momentum. And if anybody's watching this doesn't have it, that is the number one thing that you could be working on that'll change your business. Because a business with momentum, lots of good things are happening. You're solving fun problems. A business without momentum, it is draining, and it can make you feel defeated. So I'm glad that you got momentum right now, man.
Appreciate it. And I would like to say, I mean, we did hit a slow point. And for anybody, that there is going to be those ups and downs with leads, but it's something that I'm not going to quit with the team, because they work hard, and it's coming back up. So we had a little slow bump for maybe a couple of weeks, and then all of a sudden, because of their work ethics, they've really been, bringing these leads back in. And it's all about, like you said, the market's a little different in every area, and some people, they're just slower to respond. Doesn't mean that they're not going to. And so just got to continue to stay positive and keep moving. Like you said, keep that momentum going. Because if we stop, it's going to stop.
Yeah.
So
Got to be solution minded. And sometimes I remind myself my best weeks are followed by my worst weeks, and my worst weeks are followed by my best weeks. And so, you just got to remind yourself that there is no business with just nonstop hockey stick growth from when it was a startup to, when it goes public. They always show, and that's the same thing we tell our clients, right? You're going to gain a little, lose a little, gain a little, lose a little. But if it's trending in the right direction, we're on a good path. So, the same goes with sales. All right. Well, Tommy, thank you for taking some time and giving us the inside look, dude. Appreciate you. And we will continue to help you grow your business, man.
All right, Dustin, thank you so much.